The tsaddik repairs us. 23 ER 5720. Beloved of my heart, Mr. Zalman Shazar, who grows and sprouts forth from the drops of Gan Eden, paradise, of the tsaddik, who is the root of the soul of the Messiah, the root of all the springs of wisdom, who is able to rise up and renew the world for good, to tie and draw everyone to God, even those very, very distant, in the worst essence of estrangement. Life and peace. My heartfelt brother, don't be afraid. God is with you, near you, loves you. The tsaddik calls and shouts to us in a very strong and deep voice, Gewad, do not let yourself despair. There is no such thing as despair. There is a concept that everything is transformed for the good. Dear heartfelt brother, look well and contemplate the great and wonderful miracle and awesome kindness that the Master of the world Master of Wonders has done for us in a time of darkness like this, who has opened our eyes to see this point of ultimate truth that is impossible to hide from our minds in any manner, that we have merited to be in the portion of the true tsaddik, the new, great, and awesome light. Even if the war is long and very fierce, and the great provocations with which they provoke us are without measure, and our deeds are as they are, until we have fallen miserably to the greatest depths of the seas, even so God will finish his with certainty, and not a single one of all those thoughts of repentance that come to a person in the days of his life is lost, even though he does not yet merit proper repentance, and even if the Satan overcomes him afterwards even more, and he falls down deeper and deeper, God forbid. Even so, whenever he is aroused occasionally with the smallest thought of repentance, like a hair's breadth, this is never lost, and in the end he will be repaired through the convocation of his thoughts of repentance. In the strength of the true tsaddik, the leader and merciful one, who justifies all Israel and looks at only the good that is in each member of Israel. And he gathers and finds all the good points that are in everyone, even to a hair's breadth, and makes from them wondrous vessels and tubes to draw down divine comprehension through them to each person, even to those who have fallen and descended greatly, to enlighten them that God still is with them and near them, and that this is their main hope and rectification. The main salvation comes only through faith, and the trait of faith is according to the leader of the generation. One must see to it to fill up the faith through the illumination from the tsaddik, who is the generalization of the 7 shepherds, the 7 seminal leaders of Judaism: Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Aaron, Joseph, and David. For he shepherds the faith to fix and complete it, and for this reason he is called a shepherd, as in Psalms 37, and shepherd faith. And the whole main faith of Israel he brings to the generation, and it is impossible to draw near to this tzaddik except through brazenness, as our sages of blessed memory stated. Be bold like a leopard, for there are shepherds on the side of evil, and they also are famous in their generation, and their main domination is through brazenness. And they are like dogs in their impudence, as in Isaiah 56, and the dogs of brazenness are the shepherds, as in the face of the generation is like the face of the dog. Therefore, it is impossible to be saved from them, from their dominion, except through holy impudence, to stand up against their evil impudence, and then you lead with your brazenness to the splendid place of your holiness. Exodus 15:13, meaning that through brazenness one may enter into holiness. I shall conclude and say peace from the depths of my heart. A continuation will follow. Israel Dov Odessa.